What's going on, people? Rookie Collector here. Today I'm going to go through some of my recent eBay sales. I just started selling cards, so I'm just going to go through. I have 5 sales this week. Going to go through them. For those of you that don't know, my parents moved and I had to clean out my stuff, and I found my old baseball cards, and that got me back into the hobby. And I started selling baseball cards after my wife gave me a hard time that I was buying a lot of cards, and I kept saying, "Look, like you understand they're making money." She goes, "It's great, but where is it?" And so I started selling cards 2 weeks ago. I did my update last week, and I'm doing my update this week. So I did 5 deals this week. Um, I'm gonna go through them one by one. There's some good, some bad, and everything in between. So first up, we have Yogi Berra PSA Authentic. And now, this was a card I got in August. And when I got it in August, yeah, you can see right here, I got it in August 1st of this year. I didn't know what PSA Authentic meant. So you can't see it too clearly, but basically the bottom right corner was clearly trimmed. So I picked it up for $381.01 on August 28th of 2020, and I sold it March 31st, 2021 on eBay for $600. Now the actual negotiation was a little bit interesting because I got an initial offer. I listed it for buy it now at 750. I got an initial offer from 600. I came down to 700, and the guy came back at 650 or came back at 600. I then came down to 650, and he came back at 600 and sent a note. He said, "I'm never paying more than this for an altered card," and it made sense, And so I sold it for 600. I thought, as cool of a card as it is, I know this guy is not going to flip it. I know he's a collector. He knows what it is. He was not paying more than six. Is a cool card to have, but at the end of the day, it's altered. I'm making a couple bucks, so I went ahead and flipped it. Next up was a mistake, one of my early mistakes. And for those of you that have watched any of my videos, I'm trying to be really honest with this. So the first big purchase I made was a Rod Carew, um, PSA 8 that I picked up for $489, and I was pumped because I saw comps at 1200, only to realize that it was the old off center. So I ended up overpaying at the time. 8 off center Carews were selling, according to PWCC, about 250. So I got in at. I ended up paying my total in was $489.92 on August 1st, 2020, and I was gonna list it to break even, and I ended up by accident listing it as an auction. Somebody picked up the auction. I think I ended up getting 2 bids. One was for the opening price of 520, and then someone actually outbid him. So we ended up. Oh no, we only had 1 bid. So I guess the first bid was 529. Reached out to the guy, and I said, "Look, did you know it was off center? You can cancel." He said, "No, no, no. It looks great. I want it." So I put in the mail the next day. I was in for 489.92. After eBay, after the fees and everything, it was 516.26. So I came out on top 26.34. So obviously that's not a huge win there, right? But it was nice to cover my exposure on the Carew because I got in at about $270 I need to make up in equity. I paid 490, and the average sale is about 220, 230. Um, Unloaded it at 529, made money, and the guy seemed pretty happy about it. I was trying to figure out why, because it seemed like I know I'd be frustrated if I was getting an 8 and I ended up with an 8 off center. And then I looked on PWCC and I realized the last auction, the same card or the similar 8 off center at PWCC went for 660. So he actually got it 20% under the most recent comp. So I understand why he's happy now. So he's actually coming in with equity. So that really seems like win-win. Next up was an Kaline rookie card. I got this card. I actually think it was right before he passed away. I got this card. I ended up paying all in $474.50 for it. That was after shipping and everything. I listed this card as a buy it now at $775. I actually had a couple of offers. I countered at 750 to a guy who had offered $7, and then the next night I got two offers at 750 while I was asleep. And I guess the guy who I had made the offer decided he didn't want to let it go, so he took it before I had a chance to look at the other two offers. If I had known I was gonna have three offers at 750, I probably wouldn't. I would have just said no and asked for the full ask. But as it was, I still did okay. After eBay fees, it's 730.72. In for 474.70. So it's a net of $256.02, and that was a purchase on 9/7, sale on April 2nd. All right. All right. The next two are a little more big ticket, so the numbers look a little bit bigger. The next one I did was a Jordan Fleer sticker. So I bought a Fleer sticker right after I saw The Last Dance because I didn't want to spend over $1,000 on a card at this point. And it's too bad because if I'd really gone all out, I probably could have, gotten a 3 or a 4 rookie, the Fleer rookie. But instead, I spent $780, or the total amount was $772.85 on a Fleer sticker, PSA 7. I decided when I was putting cards up for sale that this was one the stickers don't really do it for me. I kind of thought that the grade was a little light on it. So I listed as a buy it now for 1970 or 1995. And the thing that surprised me is how annoying people were about it. It was up for 11 days before I sold it. I got about 20 messages asking me if I take 800 or 900 or 1,000 for it. And it was super annoying. But the offers started coming in. Someone had put up, they offered the 19, and I came back at 1975. I thought they were going to come back in 1950. They didn't. They just scooped it up, shipped it out. So after eBay fees and everything, it was what did it come to? It was 1912.20, and I was in for 772.85. Bought on 9/12, sold April 2nd. Total profit 1145.45. So that was a nice little turnaround. And last but not least, and this one's a little bit, and you never really want to complain when you're making money, but this one kind of hurt. So I got a Sandy Koufax rookie card. This was one of my favorites. And, it's hard to say you're particularly attached to a card. Someone actually bought this yesterday. I'm showing it for you just because I'm going to miss this card. This card is beautiful. I mean, it's you can see it's a SGC4. The color on the card is great. The surface is phenomenal. The corners aren't that good, which I think explains the 4. But, I mean, it's just such a beautiful card. It's a great specimen. Koufax is rookie. He's one of my favorite players. One of the few Jewish Hall of Famers, him and Greenberg and I think Snyder. Yeah, I'm going to miss this card. But I got into this for $565 on August 15th. I sold it as a buy it now. I had it listed for $18.36. Someone put in an offer at $17. I didn't counter. I could tell the guy's a collector. This guy's not looking to flip. You take a look at his profile, you can tell he's a buyer. I could tell he's really going to appreciate the card, so I just took it. I'm shipping this thing out tomorrow. But, yeah, just wanted to review the sales with you, give you an honest perspective of how it's going the first couple of weeks. Obviously, I'm listing cards I think I can make money on, which is why, the numbers might be a little bit skewed. But, hey, so far so good. So in about figure August 1st to April 1st, you're looking about 7 months of carry. The total investment was 2683.48, and the total profit so far on these cards on these 5 sales was 2717.64 after fees and shipping expenses. So we did pretty well. This is I think it's reflective of the market. I'm not sure if I had done better if I had done these at auction. I'm not sure if I had done better if I had done them, been a little more piggish on the prices. I'm not sure, but it's it's a good start. I'm proud of myself for selling the cards, and proud of myself for making a profit. And the interesting thing with a card like this, and when you sell, I only had the card for about 7 months, but I got to tell you, a card like this, you don't feel you don't really care about the profit at the end of the day, which is strange. Like, I'm glad I made a profit, but the card you hate to sell a little bit. So yeah, so I'll miss Koufax to the winner, Mr. K. You know who you are. Please take good care of this rookie card. It's one I'm gonna miss. All right, that's it for now. Rookie Collector signing off. Have a good one.